been too long, I'm never gon' fold. Violence all I see, feel like my mind in a war zone. Aim for the head, you know I don't miss. They come for the king, I'm making a list. While they getting followers, I'm getting rich. And everything earned is never a gift. Know who I am, I know what I'm not. I never be faking, it's always legit. Started with nothing and I made a lot. Put food on the table, now everyone lit. We not the same, I put in the work, I never complain. If I were to fall, I'm taking the blame. While they all be pointing the finger and that is a shame. Know it's my time, they calling me Dame. The game on the line, I'm running the play. Man of my word, I say what I mean and I do what I say. Looking for me, but they not even part of my league. I've been on fire, 200 degrees. Out of Miami, but repping the sea. Live in the sky, I'm feeling the breeze. Never went Hollywood, did it my way. I felt the love and I've been betrayed. I took the knife in my back and I sharpened it. Now I'll be coming for everyone, black in my lane. I put the game in a chokehold. They'll be moving in slow-mo. Shooting my shot from the logo. And I be cooking up so low. I be the only one calling the shots. Nobody else ever taking control. They'll be trying to put me in a box. I can't relate to no internet trolls. They can't do it like me. Too locked in, I've been in my zone. If you don't ride with me, then I'ma make it on my own. Waiting for my demise. Been too long, I'm never gon' fold. Violence all I see. Feel like my mind in a war zone. Yeah, let me take you back to when I was starting out on the come up. I was grinding till the sun up. My neighbors told me to shut up, but they couldn't see the bigger vision. Got no intuition, now my taxes more than their tuition. They see how I'm living and my idols becoming my competition today. I remember I was making under minimum wage. It was part of the story, but now I'm turning the page. And I got bars for days, but can't be locked in the cage. I've been underrated, overlooked like a speed limit. They've been trying to slow me down like I got a speeding ticket. I got demons I keep hidden in the back of my head. I'm not vegan, I keep feeding off the shit that they said. I've been living out my dreams while they stuck in their bed. I've been thinking like a king till the day that I'm dead. I remember when they never would've listened to me, and now I'm everything that they ever been wishing to be. I've been working overtime like every day of the week. I've been studying in school, already got a degree. Trying to make it to a doctor, I've been working on my patience. I'm trying to make a living with multiple occupations. Coming out of the basement on the radio stations. I'm going face to face with all of my contemplations. I feel like God's gift and this is my celebration. I'm trying to lead the way for all the future generations. I don't want them calling on my phone. I've been on my way to the top, no ceiling. They leaving a message at the tone. Trying to get involved, but I really don't need it. I don't want them calling on my line. I know what they wanted and it's not no secret. I'ma tell them that I'm doing fine. Trying to get involved, but I really don't need it. I got old friends slowly turning into enemies. I got people in my life trying to block my energy. And I'm trying to keep my focus surrounded by Hennessy. People drinking every night, trying to fade their memories. I've been working out my mind, staying focused mentally. I've been watering my grass, trying to grow my money tree. Not reacting to the lies, I don't know the chemistry. But I know that everything will happen how it's meant to be. From a small town, trying to make it out to better living. No reminiscing, no memories of shit I was missing. No politician, but they listen to the shit that I say. On my way to better days, I never seen a delay. I've been highly debated, I'm never jaded to the life. Not degraded by haters who busy wasting all their time. I've been murdering beats and now they be calling it a crime. Working while the sun down, waiting for my time to shine. Now they say I'm rapping about the same thing every time, but I'm always seeing people with their focus out of line. I've been sending the message until they get it, trying to let them know time is too expensive, I can't never let it go. I don't want them calling on my phone. I've been on my way to the top, no ceiling. They leaving a message at the tone. Trying to get involved, but I really don't need it. I don't want them calling on my line. I know what they wanted and it's not no secret. I'ma tell them that I'm doing fine. Trying to get involved, but I really don't need it. I miss, roll around town hanging out of the whip. Nowadays life just feel like a mess. Sometimes wish they didn't know I exist. Feeling the pressure like are they impressed, or is all of this shit gonna come to an end? Saving to spend, so many questions I don't know the answer. It all just depends how I'm feeling when the day is starting. Sometimes good but the others dark. Parker. Check my phone to see what they talking. They got a lot to say, but I beg your pardon. Losing hope when I don't see results. I came so far, but I'm still not close to what I wanna be when the curtain is closed. My life not normal, I can't lose hope. They don't really know me like they think they do. I've been through a lot of things they never knew, but everything I do is a part of the plan. Yeah, they hate it or they love it, they don't understand. I'm far from normal, I'm far from normal. They don't understand the shit that I just had to go through. Yeah, I'm far from normal, I'm far from normal. I've been doing everything that they all said I won't do. Hey, check my phone and see my mama calling. I don't wanna talk, got a lot of problems. Some of them still too far from solving. She can hear the pain in my voice when I'm talking, yeah. I don't know what's gotten into me, I'm turning into my enemy. Whole lot of money that's sent to me, but nothing ever be helping me, cause I be struggling mentally, yeah. I did a lot, but it's not enough. Proving myself is the shit I love. The more that I get, then the more that I give. 100% that I put into this. Leaving the past and I'm making some room. I know that my blessings gonna be coming soon. I cannot ever go hide away, cause people depend on the shit I say. They don't really know me like they think they do. I've been through a lot of things they never knew, but everything I do is all part of the plan. Yeah, they hate it or they love it, they don't understand. I'm far from normal, I'm far from normal. They don't understand the shit that I just had to go through. Yeah, I'm far from normal, I'm far from normal. I've been doing everything that they all said I won't do. I put the team on my back, I do it all for the family. Everyone think they can rap, nobody ever gon' challenge me. Starting my week on a Sunday, they think they can make it in one day. I just been ready to take off, waiting my turn on the runway. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gon' crash, I know I'm never gon' crash, ayy. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gon' crash, I know I'm never gon' crash, ayy. Everyone making excuses, I've been busy making music. They just wanna see me fall off, know that I'm never gon' lose it. Got addicted to the chase now, people saying that I changed now. Know that I'm never gon' stand still, I'm treating the game like a race now. They really been carefully watching me, they treated me like I was calories, but really they can't get enough of me. They treated me like I'm a salary, they bringing me up in discussion, they wondering how do I do it so casually. I celebrate all of my victories, all of a sudden they all gonna be mad at me. Damn, I don't have time for concern, I just go live and I learn. Trust me, I waited my turn, living my dream in return. This is a given and earned. People been listening over the world, I've been making that money while I be asleep. I never ran to the money, but now all the money been too busy running to me. Ayy, I put the team on my back, I do it all for the family. Everyone think they can rap, nobody ever gon' challenge me. Starting my week on a Sunday, they think they can make it in one day. I just been ready to take off, waiting my turn on the runway. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gon' crash, I know I'm never gon' crash, ayy. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gon' crash, I know I'm never gon' crash, ayy. I'm not doing this for the money, so don't misinterpret my last line. The weather ain't always been sunny, but I know that I'm gonna still shine. You never gon' make it till you got the power to go and develop a strong mind. Cause everything happens where you don't expect it, the journey ain't given a deadline. I'm going till I got a flat line, connecting with people like landline. I've been blowing up like a landmine, I put myself on like a combine. Knowing the way that it go and I'm ready for more, I don't wait on the sideline. I'm feeling like 2011 when Drizzy was dropping them hits like his headlines. I don't understand what I can't do, if I cut you off then I had to. I'm staying up late like it's fast food, the life of a rapper who in school. I don't wanna hear all the people who been trying to give me advice. If you haven't done it before, then don't give your opinion about what you think I should go do with my life. Ayy, I put the team on my back, I do it all for the family. Everyone think they can rap, nobody ever never gonna challenge me. Started my week on a Sunday, they think they can make it in one day. I just been ready to take off, waiting my turn on the runway. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gonna crash, I know I'm never gonna crash, ayy. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gonna crash, I know I'm never gonna crash, ayy.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday. Holy cow. I cannot believe we made it through another week. Happy Friday. Happy tea with a hacker. Top of the morning. Cheers. It is good to see everybody this morning, and what a week it has been. Welcome, everybody. My name is Neal Bridges, just in case you're joining me for the first time. If you are joining me for the first time, get into Discord right now. The giveaway for Try Hack Me vouchers is ending in less than 15 minutes. If you have not entered into the giveaways channel, for the giveaways this morning, you must be in Discord. You must be in the giveaways channel. You must have registered in there. It closes in 13 minutes. Closes in 13 minutes. I know we've automated this entire process, right? So the giveaway is going to close, and it's automatically going to pick 3 winners. We're picking 3 winners out of the list that's in there for Try Hack Me vouchers. 1 month Try Hack Me vouchers, care of the BitLift team and their threat breakdown on Tuesday. So make sure you do get registered for that. Excited to be doing giveaways again. For those who have been around for a while, we had a really good cadence where we had a good cycle of content that we would get folks to provide us with giveaways, and we'd be able to turn around and give those giveaways back. I can assure you that we are putting the engine back in place to do that, and the testament of that is the last few giveaways that we have had. Thank you very much, B7H30 for the raid. Welcome. You caught us just at the beginning of the stream. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. My name is Neal Bridges. We are sitting here with Tea with a Hacker. This is our Friday morning AMA Ask Me Anything stream, where we stream all types of cybersecurity content. It's very rare that you get to sit down with a 25 plus year veteran of cybersecurity, spent a number of years, spent over a decade with the National Security Agency doing offensive hacking for the NSA. For those who have been on the show before, you know that I have no problem whatsoever spilling the tea about what goes on in offensive cyber. So welcome, Raiders. You just caught us getting started with our first cup of tea. So anyway, this is our Friday morning AMA stream. We do ask that you drop your questions in chat at any point in time. We do welcome questions, obviously, from chat. Just a couple of quick rules for the new Raiders that are coming in. We do keep chat free of racist, sexist, misogynistic, and elitist behavior. Basically, no toxicity whatsoever. We don't throw around terms like skids or any script kiddie or anything like that. And so we do ask that you keep chat free of any of those types of things. We do have moderators in chat who do throw around the ban hammer for anything that does violate those rules. That does not mean, however, that moderators are not here, however, to stifle chat at all. As I said, this is our AMA stream. We do welcome a ton of questions at any point in time. And so we do love those. Just drop those into chat. What'll happen is a moderator will grab one of the questions, throw them into a queue. We keep a nice long queue going on. And then just like you see here on the screen, a moderator will push one up on the screen. This one from our Raider, B7H30. Hey, yes, sir. I go by Theo. Huge fan of your content and advice. Thank you for having us. Thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Raids are the most underrated thing as part of Twitch. And so I do appreciate you coming and raiding us. Happy Lunar New Year, Tales from Singapore. Glad to see you as well. On this same note, we were touched Wednesday night. We speaking of raids, like that's something else that we love to do at Cyber Insecurity. We love to raid fellow cyber streamers very frequently. It was something that we really kind of leaned into early on when we were streaming. It was really touched Wednesday night. So after the stream Wednesday night, if anybody missed it, we had Chris Pogue. We were talking about digital forensics and incident response. Expert witness, been in digital forensics and incident response his entire career. Amazing wealth of knowledge. Lots of clips were made on that. If anybody tuned into Wednesday and wants to share kind of their perspective on, what they saw out of Chris on Wednesday, please feel free to drop that into chat. But I thought it was an amazing interview with Chris on Wednesday. He dropped just a ton of nuggets on that. But we went to go raid somebody after the interview on Wednesday, and as we were raiding, and again, I encourage you, the individual we raided on Wednesday was the Shy Hat. If you go watch his VOD from where we raided him. It really hit me in the feels because, as most of you know, I took a little bit of a break due to my cancer diagnosis. We raided him. The raid came in. Everybody, all of our audience was super supportive of him. And he goes, wait a minute, Cyber Insecurity. I think I know that guy. Isn't that the NSA guy? And then he goes to the channel and he looks at the content and he's like, yeah, that's him. I used to watch him all the time. And then he took a break and we all thought he was gone and chat just bonded together and was like, no, he's back and I am back. We're feeling really, really good. We're feeling great. The cancer diagnosis is starting to come down on the downslope of it. And so we're back. We're streaming. Spread the word. Let everybody know we are back. We are back streaming and we are having fun doing it. With that being said, we had 3 streams this week. We had the threat brief on Tuesday. We had Wednesday. We had our old guy Wednesday with Chris Pogue, as I mentioned. Next week is a double stream week next week. We got Sec Data Ops on Thursday, and we got Tea with a Hacker, obviously, on Friday. I'm super excited for Sec Data Ops. Sec Data Ops on Thursday. Super excited for that because I was talking with our guest yesterday. We oftentimes talk a wide range of topics on this show, right? Obviously, we talk a wide range of topics on this show. We have everything from the business folks to the tactical level practitioners on the stream. We have, SOC directors, SOC operators. We have pen testers, hackers. We have everybody on the show. Sometimes it's really hard to get CISOs who are willing to open up and talk about their philosophy. And we've had questions on stream. I know everybody has had questions on stream where we've really talked about how do companies make the decision about what acceptable risk is. And sometimes it's easy to hear that from a CEO and be like, oh, they just care about the money. They just care about the business. I was talking with my guest that's going to be on here Thursday next week for Sec Data Ops. And we are really, really, really going to have him come in. Right? We're really going to have him come in and he's going to open up his mentality as a CISO on how he balances you as the practitioner. When you come to him and say, we need this tool, we need to protect against this threat, we need to do this, we need to enforce MFA, whatever it is that you're saying that the organization needs to do, he's going to really talk about how that decision goes from you suggesting it up the chain of command all the way up to the CISO to how he tries to weigh that from a risk perspective across the entire business. So you can understand at that leadership level how that occurs. Now, some of you might be pissed off at this conversation, right? Some of you might be pissed off at that conversation because some of you aren't going to realize, you're going to want to tune into this because you're not going to realize just how that happens. And it's going to absolutely floor you to listen to this conversation, to talk about what that decision tree is really, really like in a lot of enterprises at the CISO level. So you're going to want to tune into this. You're going to want to tune into Thursday. This is whether you're a blue team or whether you're a red team or whether you're a GRC person, whether you're an aspiring hacker, you need to hear this. This is going to be important to you, and I'll give you some examples of this, right? hackers seem to only think about one thing. What's the next box I can go pop, right? And they think that just because they pop a box that everybody should jump and respond and protect the organization, protect the box, protect the enterprise, and that box is the most important thing on the network, right? And I want some of you, especially you red teamers who have this mentality that everything that you hack is the most important thing in the entire world, to come and hear from the decision makers about how that decision happens. Some of you are going to be amazed by it. Some of you are going to be absolutely floored by this conversation. I love the honesty from Dolly over on YouTube. Hi all, I came from Try Hack Me blog. This is my first time here. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. Welcome, Dolly. Glad to have you join us today. Yes, woohoo, F cancer. Knock on wood, things are still going really, really good. I appreciate the support as always. That's a great reminder. Hit that exclamation point socials. Make sure you do follow us on social media and do have those notifications turned on. That is the best way to stay in touch with us. Absolutely love it. Kirk Carter over on LinkedIn says, understand how CISOs make risk decisions from internal practitioner recommendations. I'm here for it next Thursday. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you are a practitioner, you need to hear how CISOs make decisions. Can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. Absolutely. I had something else I was going to say. Woo! ADHD first thing in the morning. That's what happens when the caffeine hits. It'll come back to me eventually. DeadSec Terminal says, can you show us your setup and your environment? Show us your distro and favorite tools. That's a very, very big and broad question. Can I show you the setup? Well, you can kind of see the setup here. I'll try to articulate it for you. But I'll tell you what, if you go follow on social media, I'll do an Instagram story. Go follow me on Instagram on the IT Junkie page. I'll do an Instagram story today and I'll kind of walk you through the office setup. But obviously I've got my stream cam here. That's what I'm talking to you on. I see you. Command center, very much so here, right? I've got a monitor here where I'm watching Sec IT guy and my mod team over here. I'm also watching my work Slack so I can see if anything's happening work-wise. I got 4 screens right here in front of me where I'm watching all 4 of the places that we're streaming to: Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, all on this monitor. And then I've got some stuff happening over here, various types of things. I've got a remote desktop protocol into my stream computer over here where I'm monitoring the status of the live stream. I've got a Teams window over here. And of course, I care about what the markets are doing. So I got the markets going on up over here. And then I've got an entire studio that's going on here with a ton of memorabilia. Like I said, hop onto Instagram, follow me over on IT Junkie on Instagram, and I'll be more than happy to do a walkthrough for you on that. In terms of like OSs and stuff, like, listen, I'm a Mac guy. I'm a Mac guy all day long, right? I absolutely am a Mac guy all day long. So a lot of 99% of everything that I run all the time is 100% Mac based, right? So everything that you see here, I've got, it's all running on OS X. The only Windows machine I've got over here is the one that I use for streaming. Hence the reason why I'm remote desktoped into it. And so like I am doing, I do have at least one Windows machine in here, but our entire house is pretty much an Apple house. We've got, home pods and Apple TVs and stuff like that. In terms of like, you'd asked about, your distro and favorite tools. Like, it's not like I'm not running Arch. I'm not running Black Arch. I don't hate my life and wish I was unalived, and hence the reason why I'm not running Black Arch. And I listen, Windows isn't bad. Like, I got a Windows computer here for streaming. I think it's perfectly fine as long as you keep it, up to date and patched and whatnot. And then of course, like I said, my primary one is OS X. In terms of favorite tools, can you be more specific on favorite tools? I have a lot. Notion is one of my favorite tools. You see how broad that question is? I don't mind answering broad questions, but if you ask me a broad question, I'll give you a broad answer. I love specific questions. Get down and dirty with some specifics. Speaking of specifics, I love this one from Mr. CEC. By the way, I think the giveaway has officially closed. Hopefully everybody got into it, especially the new raiders. Hopefully you guys got in over on Discord and got activated to the giveaway. If not, just make sure you're over there on that Discord so that you can be there for future giveaways. I have a red team interview, junior to mid-level, in the next few days. Any tips? Absolutely. First and foremost, my biggest tip for everybody when it comes to interviews, don't try to cram the day before the exam. Right? This industry, like if you tried to, and take it from somebody who's tried to do it. I was interviewing for the pen test manager role at Rapid7 one year. And I tried to claim a whole lot of knowledge that I had through cramming for the interview at the last minute. Right? Now, again, you may be like, Neal, why did you feel the need to do that? That's exactly my point, right? I overthought the interview process. I overthought what needed to happen. I absolutely just tried to smash through the interview 100%. And then next thing I know, I got tripped up. I got tripped up on my own words. I got tripped up on my own knowledge. I got tripped up on the questions because I just overstuffed my brain, right? And so my biggest thing to you, please, don't try to cram the last minute of an interview, right? Don't do that, right? You either know it or you don't know it, and that's okay. That's kind of the second thing that I talk about when I talk about interviews. You either know it or you don't know it. And if you don't know it, that's okay. Listen, I think that there's especially those of us in cybersecurity, we have a tendency to think that we must know everything. And listen, I still do it to this day. My boss comes to me and asks me a question. My knee-jerk reaction is that I got to know the answer to this question. And I can tell you unequivocally that there is just as much value, if not more value, right? In terms of A, being able to admit that you don't know something, and B, knowing how to get the answer. And so first and foremost, before I talk about anything red team specific, I want to give you those two tips right off the bat. Please do that. Okay? In terms of red team specific tips, remember, red teaming is about the team. I'll pause there while that sinks in for folks. Red teaming is about the team aspect of penetration testing. Right? And so what you're going to be expected to do, if it's not already evident, is you're going to be expected to talk and act like you're part of a team. That doesn't mean that you need to have all the answers. And so what I would highly encourage you to do is to lean into that red team interview and lean into the fact that you understand how your specialty is going to bolster the team. How what you bring to the table is going to make the team better. Right? So those would be some of my key points when it comes to that. There's no tool that you can't learn. Let me say that again. There is no tool you can't learn. There is no tool that you're going to slap on the table of an interview, and just because you know it, it's going to immediately get you the job. Don't fall into those traps. Right? Don't fall into that. Stay true to what you know, and you're going to be awesome. Robert, thank you so very much for the super chat over on YouTube. Oh my God, thank you so very much for the super chat over on YouTube. That means the world to me. Love your content. I've been watching your stuff for months. I would love to hear your opinion on someone making an odd career change at 42. Call trucker for the last 15 years before I was very much into computers. Absolutely. Like, listen, you're never too old. You're never too old to make a career change. Let me say that unequivocally for those in the back. You are never too old for a career change. I'll give you an example. A lot of you know that I'm on the journey to make a career change myself. Neal's grades or Neal's experience. Why is he making a career change? Right? And so like I want you to hear that. I want you to be like, well, how is Neal making a career change? I'm going to leave cybersecurity in about 5 years. That's my 5-year plan. And I'm going to go be a professional golfer with the PGA. I'll be 50 years old when that happens. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it in any career. And cyber is no different. We need more, like, I don't care what the talking mouthpieces say. I don't care what people use for clickbait titles. We need people to defend the world from cyber attacks. You can see it in chat. Look in Twitch chat, Robert, as you see everybody in Twitch chat talking about the career changes that they've gone through, right? USMC Nerd Dad, I did my change now, I'm 39, right? Parabella, my best SOC analysts were 2 guys that were mechanics for 20 years that I gave a chance to. It is absolutely possible. Justin Dillon over on YouTube, 59-year-old sales profession looking to move into cyber threat intelligence. All of you can do it. This career field is ripe with opportunities. I do find it is cynical and unjustifiably cynical. Some of the influencers and content creators out there who are like, cybersecurity is not for entry level, right? Or, you're too old to transition into cybersecurity, or stop saying that there's not enough people and there's so many jobs. That is categorically false. That is categorically false. Right? We all need people in this career field. Right? Is getting a job easy in this career field? Absolutely not. Make no mistake about it, right? It's not going to be easy for me to go to the PGA Tour. Doing something you love and doing something that's highly competitive, where there is a lot of people that want to get into it, is hard. That's it. There are a lot of people that want to be in cyber. It's fun. The reason that we all love doing what it is that we do is because we have fun doing it. Right? We have so much fun doing it. So that's my soapbox. I do get on a little soapbox about this sometimes because I do want people to really, really understand it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And on top of that, we want you to, as an industry, to be here. Right? We do want you to be here. And so so back to your question, I'd love to hear your opinion on someone making a career change. That's a very vehement opinion. That's the only type of opinion you usually get from me, is a vehement opinion. Right? Let's take a step back for a second and talk about cyber as a career. Right? There's a lot of weird conversations around cyber as a career, right? Some people have this misconception. A lot of people, when they come to this chat, they're like, I only want to be a hacker. That's it. Period. Dot. End of discussion. I only want to be a hacker. I only want to be a pen tester. I only want to hack into machines. I'm elite sauce hacker because I downloaded some bash script from GitHub and ran it on my local computer, and I got your IP address. Look, I'm a hacker. right? There's all this. There's Instagram stuff out there where they're like, oh, look what I can do with a flipper zero. I could change the stoplights. And everybody's like, oh my God, lead sauce hacker, next gen. Right? That's not reality. That's not reality. Isco said it best in Twitch chat. Most people will simply quit after 6 months because it's hard and they realize quickly that that's not reality of cyber. Right? As a matter of fact, and I've said this, if you're new to the stream, I'm about to hurt all of your feelings right now. So put on your big people pants because I'm about to hurt all of your feelings right now. Pen testing makes up the most infinitesimally small amount of career opportunities in cyber. Infinitesimally small amount of opportunities in cyber. And so the biggest thing that I tell you, Robert, and everybody else when they ask for my opinion is to be realistic about your expectations when you come into this career field. One of the hardest things that I had to adopt to in golfing was managing my own expectations. I've been a high performer my entire career. I got selected number 1 at 225 to help build the Air Force's offensive cyber capabilities. I'm used to winning. And so in 23, when I started my tournament career, having not played a single amount of competitive golf my entire career, I went into my first tournament expecting myself to be awesome. And I failed miserably. Miserably. I shot 130 before I stopped keeping score. Right? Before I stopped keeping score. And then I was like, no, I'm better than this. I'm going to go out and do it again. I shot 130 again. Right? I was a miserable golfer trying to force myself onto the industry, not knowing what it is that I needed to do. When I started to manage my own expectations, exactly, Winter Jolt says it, humility is what's needed. When I started to humble myself, realize that I wasn't as good as I thought I was, set my expectation on my golf game appropriately, guess what happened to my golf game? It went through the roof. Dropped my handicap to single digits in 18 months by managing my expectations and putting in the work. I say that not because, some of you are trying to go to the PGA. I'm saying that to say it doesn't matter whether it's cyber, golf, accounting, whatever the case is, manage your expectations, put in the work, and focus on your craft, and you are unstoppable. You are unfreaking stoppable. Right? And there was a comment, I saw it, right? And this is it right here. This is what we're talking about, right? I'm going for red teaming. Don't care if it takes me 10 years. You won't stop me. That's it. So Robert and anybody else who's listening to this, who's trying to make that career change, it is possible. I promise you, it is possible. But it's going to take a while. It's not easy. You're going to have to work hard. And I'm going to say a word that I know triggers a lot of folks, but it is 100% true. You're going to have to grind. This isn't a hustle speak. This isn't trying to teach you hustle mentality. This isn't trying to tell you, oh, you've got to not sleep but more than 3 hours a night. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to grind for what you want. It's not easy to get into cyber. Sly, it may take you 10 years to get into red teaming. It may take you 10 days. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. There isn't a single person on this planet who can tell you how long it takes to get into cyber. Period, dot, end of discussion. You know, every time you see an advertisement for a training program or a boot camp or a certification that says, oh, I saw it. Where did I see it? I saw it on Reddit yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. I saw it on Reddit. Somebody came to our cybersecurity. I obviously troll our cybersecurity pretty frequently. I look there to see what people are struggling with, from a career perspective. And somebody came to our cybersecurity and said, hey, listen, I have this opportunity to pay this boot camp $8,000 for CompTIA Sec Plus, Network Plus, and CYSA. And their claim is that they will place me in a job at the end of the boot camp. That is a lie. That is a lie. Hands down. Nobody can guarantee you a job in this industry. They may be able to guarantee you that you have the things that look good on your resume. They may guarantee you that they've put certifications next to your name that may help you get through the process, but none of those things will help you get a job. This isn't me being a Debbie Downer. This is me setting realistic expectations. That's what I want you to take away from this, right? As we talk about this isn't about being a Debbie Downer. This is about setting realistic expectations. If you can't handle having your expectations set appropriately, this might not be the channel for you. There, I said it, right? We are about hard truths here. I'm not here to feed you a whole bunch of copium and hopium. I've been in this industry my entire life. I mentor thousands of you on a daily basis, weekly basis. I chat with you all the time. It is hard, but you can do it. You can do it. And if you want to learn how to do it, hit that exclamation point sucker class. Go take my class for $99.99, and I guarantee you'll get a job at the end of it. Come on, that was funny. There's a little bit of a soapbox there on that one. A little bit of a soapbox. Robert, hopefully that wasn't too bad of a soapbox for your question. Sonic says, internal interview for the SOC team on the 11th. This is how it's done right here. Right? Like it very much... I very much am an advocate of working your way through, finding an internal job that you can then pivot to. I think that that's absolutely awesome. More power to you. Interview the SOC team on the 11th. SOC team is literally the most underrated cyber career field ever. That and GRC. Yeah. I think if you're looking for what I think is the shortcuts into cyber, I think that they're GRC and SOC, Security Operations Center, right? So as you're hearing my voice, I just want to let's level set with everybody, right? SOC, Security Operations Center, these are the frontline defenders, right? These are your people who are defending the enterprise day in and day out, right? There isn't a more important job, I would argue. I love GRC. Don't get me wrong. I'd stand toe-to-toe with my GRC friends all day, every day. But in my mind, and call it my military mentality, call it, the firefighter in me, the protector, mantra, whatever the case is, there isn't a more important job in the security organization than the people who are protecting the front lines day to day. right? And so I think a SOC analyst is probably like in my mind, being a SOC analyst is akin to being a firefighter, being, a policeman, being a first responder, right? For cyber, I'm not saying that they're better than first responders. Don't get it jaded, right? What I'm saying is that in the cyber world, I think our version of that is going to be the SOC analyst. So I would just FYI, what caught me off guard here is I looked over on the giveaway channel. I was like, why did I get a notification from the bot that the giveaway happened? Well, guess what? My mistake is your advantage. My mistake is your advantage. I set the giveaway to end tomorrow at 8:45, not today at 8:45. Whoopsie. So you got one more day if you're hearing me. Hit that exclamation point Discord, hop over to Discord, go participate in the giveaway for 3 Try Hack Me vouchers. I saw something yesterday that looked like Try Hack Me had a Splunk training thing now for SOC analyst, for security analyst. If that's true, that's going to be an awesome giveaway. Head over to Discord. If you're not already registered in the giveaways channel, go get yourself entered into the giveaway for 3 Try Hack Me vouchers. We're all about free training here, right? My mantra is always do the free stuff first. That's why we go out and we do our best to try to get you some of that free training so that we can give it away for free to you. This is so inspiring. I know I have to start small, but work my way up with experience and knowledge, eventually be purple team because I love cross-training different aspects and department of the company I'm in. Absolutely. Just for folks who see this, right, when we talk about the different teams, right, the color thing. Jack, do we still have the color one in the color command in Twitch? I think I remember seeing it. I'm not sure if it's got turned on or not. There's Jack, Sec IT guy, one of my great mods, been with me for a Jack. Let's give some cheers, some bits, some claps up for Jack in chat, Sec IT guy. He was my first mod. I got a cool story that I'll tell about that here in a little bit. He's been with me the longest. I absolutely love the dude. He's the OG mod. He was our first mod on the team. He's also the organizer for the band hammer, which I'll show some other time later. But thanks, Jack, for dropping that. I appreciate that. Click on the link. Jack just put it in LinkedIn and Twitch and in YouTube. When we talk about colors, go read that. Fantastic write-up on the colors. When we talk about red team, we talk about blue team, we talk about purple team. I think purple team, so I hate to be the person that did it, right? I was doing purple team before purple team was cool. Purple teaming truly is that blend of red and blue, right? Everybody's familiar with red teaming. It's hacking. It's offensive security, right? Stuff like that. Blue team, everybody's relatively familiar with that, right? Where it's like, you're defending, you're responding to alerts, you're triaging, you're doing security incidents, things like that. Purple teaming is really that joining of those offensive and defensive capabilities to overall bolster the defense of an enterprise. So think about that for a second, right? I just got done telling you that red teaming is so infinitesimal. It's so infinitesimal, they had to merge it with blue team and create a whole nother color for it, because otherwise they wouldn't see any use when it came to defensive operations, right? That's obviously sarcasm and cynicism for those who don't know me well enough by now, right? But the way that we started purple teaming back in the day is I would run pen test and I would mandate in my statements of work, like if they had an MSP or if they had a security operations team, I would mandate that I spent at least one day doing my offensive hacking sitting with the blue team. Again, I can hear a whole bunch of red teamers being like, no, how dare you sit with the defenders? They'll know what it is we're doing. Well, hold on. What the f is your job if they don't know what it is you're doing? Think about that for a second. if you're scared as a red teamer to set with a blue teamer because you're worried that they're going to learn how you hack stuff, you're doing your job wrong. There, I said it. All right? There, I said it. I hurt your feelings. The goal of offensive security isn't to find vulnerabilities. Let's say that out loud. Thank you, Dawisco. A lot of red teamers and pen testers think that their job is to beat the blue team. I hear a whole bunch of you falling off your chairs right now. What in the hell is Neal saying? Your job isn't to beat the blue team. You want to know what your job is? Your job is to bolster the defense of the enterprise. And that's what purple team is, right? Purple teaming is about you sitting with the blue team. You sitting with the blue team and making sure that they can defend against attacks. All right. I applaud people who want to get into blue teaming. I think everybody should have a knowledge of red and blue concepts. Right? Unequivocally. I think in this day and age, the line doesn't exist. Right? I think in this day and age, the line doesn't exist between red and blue. I'll say it out loud. Right? I think that anybody who thinks that there is still a clear demarcation in red versus blue are a bunch of old curmudgeons who don't want to give up their seat to the up-and-coming people in this career field. I think everybody should learn red and blue concepts. As a matter of fact, one of the best threat hunters, one of the best incident responders, I don't know if he's watching right now. He's been my friend for a long time. He actually worked for me at one of the companies. He worked as an incident responder for me for a number of years. Right? One of the best blue teamers that I know actively goes out and studies a ton of red teaming content. He has multiple pen testing certs. Right? He's a threat hunter. Listen, this is a dude. Fockets, I'm talking about you if you're around. Yeah, you know who it is. Yeah, I knew you'd know I was talking about you. This dude's brilliant. See him in chat. You can see him in Twitch chat here. Fockets is a brilliant. Let me say it a third time. Brilliant blue teamer. Threat hunter, incident responder. This dude goes out and seeks the thrill of responding to cyber incidents and also realizes the value that he must understand the hacker's perspective. Like, if you wanted somebody to emulate on the blue side, Fockets is your man. He is your man. I think he is the future of cyber right there. I'm not going to lie. And I don't say that because he's my friend. I don't say that because he was awesome and he worked with me. I don't say that because he's been playing World of Warcraft and Diablo 4 with me for years. I say that because I do truly value the individual and he is an amazing person. Sup, Callie? Good to see you. Hope your stream went well. Sorry we had to stream over top of you, buddy, but I did see you stream and I hope your stream went well. I love this one. Since we're talking about SOC roles, since we're talking about red teamers, there's a great question here. Great, fantastic question here. What does a SOC job entail in a corporate job? Let's just generally talk about SOC or Security Operations Center as a whole, right? I use the analogy, and I oftentimes start with analogies when I talk about this stuff, right? They are the frontline defenders. They are, their day-to-day life is, looking at alerts, responding to alerts, trying to determine if bad is happening in a corporate environment. Bad can look like a lot of things. Bad can look like a whole lot of things. Bad could be phishing emails. Bad could be malware. Bad could be ransomware. That's kind of the joy, excitement, if you will, of working in a SOC, is that you spend your day looking for the vast amount of bad stuff that happens in an enterprise, and then you get to respond, right? Oh my gosh, we're getting hit by ransomware right now. And just like a firefighter, you have to turn right around and put that fire out. Right? Yes, you may have to get the cats out of the tree. Another firefighter reference. You may have to deal with some spam messages. You may have to deal with some terrible phishing emails. You may have to deal with stuff of that caliber. Every SOC analyst has it, right? Just like every firefighter has to go get the cat out of the tree. But at the end of the day, your role is to be that first responder for the enterprise to take care of the things that they're seeing. Now, if you're interested in Blue Team, let me remind you, Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on this channel, Sec Data Ops. Right? You want to be here Thursday. Sorry, it's bi-weekly. It's every other Thursday. So we got one. We didn't have one yesterday. We have one next week. So it's every other Thursday. I don't even know my own schedule. Whoopsie. Every other Thursday, you're going to want to be here for Sec Data Ops. It's one of our few channels that we focus specifically on, and it's security operations, data operations, and really kind of the convergence of those two in a modern day security operations center. And so I would highly encourage you to tune into that show. But what I would unequivocally say is that on the day-to-day, it can very much feel like, and this is a great time to talk about burnout, because I think I saw somebody say it, right? Yeah, hours are crazy for SOC. Yeah. Very much. Right? The hours are absolutely crazy for a security analyst. Right? Because remember, attackers don't sleep. Attackers do not sleep. So a SOC can't sleep. Like, what's the point of having a SOC that only works 9 to 5? Right? What's the point of having a SOC? What's the point of only defending your enterprise during business hours? Right? And so I think that's what makes kind of that Blue Team challenging, is that you will work a lot. You will work hard. You will be exhausted. You will be borderline burnout if you don't manage it appropriately. And we can talk about burnout here in a second. That's another great conversation, because I've dealt with it myself. I've lived with it myself. We can talk about it. I've dealt with folks on my team that have dealt with burnout, right? It's a very real thing in our industry, right? And so burnout is real, and SOC operators are probably the most prone to burnout. Right? Yeah. It got me thinking, because like I burnout's a tough one, right? And there's no easy way to put it. And this is why so I'll tell you a story, right? There's lots of things that just kind of like rolled through my head all at once right there. I was a offensive security for the NSA for well over a decade. I've been in offensive hacking my entire life. I came out of the military and built tons of offensive hacking, organizations. I've got several, CVEs to my name, right? There's tons of offensive blood running through my veins. I didn't appreciate anything until I saw how hard blue teamers work. Right? And it's twice as bad. It's twice as bad when there's an incident. Right? It's twice as bad when there's an incident, right? Because imagine if you will, right? You're working a 9 to 5 or whatever it is, and 4:30 rolls around, and all of a sudden you get an alert or you get a phone call, and the production servers that service your company are hit with ransomware. Just take a minute and imagine that for a second. Do you think in 30 minutes you're going to go to your boss and be like, yo, I'm clocking out? Think about what that environment would be like. Ransomware is happening. Servers are getting infected with ransomware at the speed of cyber. Business is stopping to run. You've got the CEO to CISO, the CFO, the business leader calling, being like, help us solve this problem. We're going to lose money. And you're going to be like, hey, man, this sucks. But hey, it's 5 o'clock. Y'all have fun. I'm out. Think about that for a second. All right? That's not a very good day, is it? That's not a very good day to know that people on your team are bouncing out when they need you the most. It's different. I'm not saying that, like, if you got kids, you tell them to go pound sand. You can't go pick them up from daycare or school or whatever the case is. We're not talking about that. We're talking about some of that mentality, right? Some of that mentality where it's kind of like, I've been here since 8 o'clock in the morning. It's been a long day of looking at red blinky lights. I know the world's on fire right now. It looks like y'all got it. I'm going to go home and play Xbox. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Right? I'm not talking about the, hey, like my wife's out of town for business. My husband's out of town for business. I'm the only one who can pick up the kid. Let me figure out a way around this. But I at least got to go get him from daycare because daycare is going to close in 30 minutes and I can't leave my kid to sleep in the daycare overnight. I'm not talking about that, right? We're definitely not talking about that. So don't get it twisted. Right? But what I'm saying is that you need to be prepared just like a firefighter does. That when the call comes in, you got to respond to the fire. Right? You got to respond to the fire. And so it can be very challenging. It can be very challenging. And here's what I always tried to do, right? Here's what I always tried to do. Fockets will attest to this. He worked for me, in the past. I would make it expressly clear to my team, when it is quiet, take full advantage of it being quiet. Take full advantage of it being quiet. Right? I would tell my team, like, hey, you're just dealing with phishing emails, if like nothing's on fire, the ticket queue is manageable, if things are normal, right? If things are normal, work from home. Let the team go early. Let people take longer lunches. I don't care. Let them come in late. Let them leave early. All that stuff, right? All that stuff. Do whatever you can for the team to let them enjoy the quiet downtimes of a SOC, because we all knew, and when shit hit the fan, it was going to feel like chaos, and we needed all hands on deck. Love it. Great question. That was a longer answer to your question about a SOC analyst. Hopefully that answered your question there a little bit on that one. Keep the questions coming. Love the questions. As you can tell, this is our Friday morning AMA stream. My name is Neal Bridges. If you're tuning in to me for the first time, welcome. Been in cybersecurity my entire career. Did over a decade with the National Security Agency, the United States Air Force, doing offensive cyber. Built the Air Force's first functional training program as a SANS instructor for 5 years. Taught amongst the greats. Taught folks like yourself very frequently. Built numerous red teams. Did consulting for a Big Four company, and have built 2 large-scale security organizations for Fortune 100 companies, and currently a CISO. Let me know if there's absolutely anything out of that history that you would love to know about. I'm happy to sit here, answer questions. For those who are new, we are doing a giveaway. We absolutely love training, but only when it's free on this channel. Therefore, head on over to Discord if you're not already in there. Hop into the giveaways channel. We're giving away 3 Try Hack Me vouchers tomorrow instead of today. I thought it was going to be today. I messed up. See, BeardSec would be proud. He'd be in my ear right now being like, "You idiot." Like, yeah, I know. Thanks. I appreciate that. I messed up. I meant for it to be in today. Instead, my mess up is your advantage. You get another 24 hours to participate in the giveaway. Cyber Ties, I see you. You have not forgotten. You redeemed a mentoring session with me. This week has been a little crazy. I'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. And I just didn't get a chance to see your DM and respond to your DM. But I see you. You and I will chat today, because today's going to be a little bit of an easier day for me. This week has been a hard week for me. This month's been a hard month. If you've seen a little bit of my cynicism in Discord, this month has challenged me. And I say that openly. Speaking of challenge, just before I forget, thanks to everybody who's gone into the goals channel in Discord. The amount of people who have taken public accountability for their goals, not just for the year, but for the month of January, is awesome. For those who posted your January goals, Fix It 42, I'm looking at you, Sophia. Right? You said for January you were going to apply for 10 jobs that you'd love getting. You said you were going to finish 1 box every week. You said you were going to finish 2 IoT hacking courses. You said you were going to stream cybersecurity at least 4 times a week and make 1 high-quality video for your YouTube channel. I expect Fix It 42, because I know you're going to watch the DM if you're not already asleep over in Sweden. I expect an update on that January goal. I told you I was going to hold you guys accountable to your goals. I expect to see more goals, and I expect to see it accountable. But speaking of burnout, we do have 2 key channels. We do have 2 key channels that I want to draw your attention to. This month's been a hard month for me. Right? This month's been a hard month for me. I usually practice golf in my simulator 7 times a week, once every day, amongst other things, right? Oh, she's streaming right now? Is she streaming right now? Oh, can I bring her up? Somebody tell her in her stream. Somebody tell Fix It 42 in her stream that I just called her out for her goals in stream. I usually practice golf about 7 days a week. Usually try to play on the weekends. This week's been particularly hard. I use my Whoop here to monitor my health, and I've had less than 40% recovery sleeping or worse every day this month. I've not slept well. Been a lot of stress at work, startup life. It's led to a lack of motivation sometimes, even to drag myself to the gym, to drag myself to golf. It's led for a lot of early bedtimes, a lot of hard waking up in the morning. Stress and burnout is a part of this career field. Right? Imposter syndrome is another emotion that is very much a part of this career field. It happens to everybody. We have 2 channels that I would highly encourage you to also check out in Discord. 3, technically, actually. There's a section in Discord called Healthy Hackers. Right? Because we do believe in being healthy. I think I saw USMC Dad say it a few pages up in the chat. This job is going to be hard for you. This job is going to be hard for you. You guys may have heard me mention my cancer journey. I got diagnosed with cancer a couple years ago. I got diagnosed with cancer, and I largely believe it's because of the unhealthy lifestyle that I've had. Amongst other things. I was one of those guys who grinded really, really hard, slept less than 2 and 3 hours a night. Right? We take mental health very, very seriously in this community. We take being healthy as a whole very seriously in this community. And so if you go over there and you read in the Healthy Hackers channel, we have a Defeat Imposter Syndrome video. Jack, do we still have the imposter video available? That'd be a good one to share with folks too. We have an imposter syndrome video, and we also have a channel for You Are Not Alone, because we also take mental health as a whole very seriously. I encourage you, you don't have to post, but look at the bravery of your community members who have chosen to share, myself included, I've shared in both of those channels, shared their imposter syndrome journey, shared their mental health journey with you as well. They've put it publicly. They've opened it up for you to see so that you can see that you are not alone, whether it's your health journey, whether it's your imposter syndrome, or whether it's overall mental health. We're here to support you in it. We're here to be part of your team, and helping you get through that. Oh, looks like we forgot to update stream elements. Whoopsie. DVK1, thank you for the resub. Welcome to your 2nd month sub. Just FYI, we've got some things brewing. We've talked it over with the team. We're going to be bringing back some of the subscriber benefits to the channel. Just a note, any and all funds earned on this stream go directly back to you, the community. We go out, we buy training, and we turn around and give them for giveaways. I don't take a dime. I don't use a dime. It's all for you. Love the Attack IQ banner behind you. I'm taking their free certs. Absolutely. Go do the free stuff first. That's what we always recommend. We always recommend the free stuff. Attack IQ is a huge sponsor of the stream for a number of years. We're huge fans of their content over there. We absolutely advocate for their free purple teaming content. Please go do so. Please go do so for free. Knock over on YouTube. Sorry, I missed this one. Is a master's degree desired to get into cybersecurity operations role? I've often been told that it's good to have in order to get promoted to a managerial role. But what if we just want to stay technical? Master's degree is not required at all. No degree is required. Period. Dot. End of discussion. Clip that. Put it on repeat. Play it in the background. If you ever get asked that question, told that question, whatever. No, excuse me. I drank that water too fast. A degree, period, is not required in any role in cyber. I'm a CISO. I have 0 degrees. I take that back. I have the 2 degrees that the community college of the Air Force gave me simply for showing up for work for 10 years straight. I do not have a degree. How did you get to be the positions you got? Thank you for asking that. I appreciate that. Companies like PwC refused to hire me because I didn't have a degree. You know what they did? They went out and made an exception to their policy to hire me. I called you out, fix it. I called you out for your goals. I said I expected an update. You can go back and watch the clip. But I called you out for your goals. And I said it's the end of the month. It's the end of the month. It's time to pay the tax. You're due. Right? I went and led the cyber team at Abbott. Abbott didn't want to hire me because I didn't have a degree. You know what Abbott did? They went out and changed the policy so they could hire me. So a master's degree is not required. Any degree is not required. As a matter of fact, and I'm going to make a really bold, terrible statement. Some of y'all are going to be mad. Most of your cybersecurity degrees are useless. Most of your cybersecurity degrees are absolutely useless. I think the only degree worth getting in cyber is a business degree. I think the only degree worth getting in cyber is a business degree. And listen, go back to Wednesday's stream with Chris. Chris talked about it. Chris is a lifelong digital forensics incident response expert. And I use that word loosely. If you've been on this stream for a while, I'm not a huge fan of the word expert, but he is an expert. He is highly technical, even today, after 25 plus years in this industry. And you know what he teaches in school? He teaches business. He teaches business. Business is the degree that will carry you further in your cyber career than anything else. And again, like I see this from, I just saw this from, where was it? Listen, and again, this is not to say drop out of school. This is not to tell you to get your degree. Remember, I'm here giving my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They all stink. Right? Mine's no different. Right? So don't take what I'm saying as that you need, like, listen, I'm not going to be one of these cyber influencers or whatever that says, go drop out of your degree program. Outcast, I do. I still have the Facebook message from a mom who messaged me on Facebook to tell me, how dare I tell her kid to drop out of school? And I said to her, I said, did you even watch the clip? She was like, no, why would I watch your stupid shit? And I was like, if you go watch it, I actually unequivocally say, don't drop out of school. Right? Don't drop out of college. Don't change your degree just because I said the cyber degrees are useless. Make your own informed decisions is what I'm saying. But my goal here, my role here is to give you my opinion. Of all the years of experience that I've got, what good is that years of experience if I can't give you the opinion of somebody who's watched the industry change for 25 plus years? And so that's what it is. Take it for what it's worth. If you're in school for cyber, do what it is, but understand, and this is why we talk on this stream about setting expectations and setting reality and making sure that you understand what's going on. It's not a golden ticket. It's not the thing that they promise you that's going to immediately make you marketable or equitable out on the career path. And as a matter of fact, if you're one of these people right? No, fix it. I appreciate you. Go pay attention to your audience. No, go pay attention to your audience. I appreciate you. I just wanted to know. I just wanted you to know that I called you out for your goals. I expect an update. Have fun on your stream. We'll come raid you if you're still streaming when we get done here. Right? Just understand the role of a degree. And if you're one of these people who wants your degree to last the entirety of your career, your business degree will be so much better in terms of helping you actually progress in your career. Right? It'll be so much better for your career just to understand, right? Just to understand what the business is doing. I have mixed opinions on advanced degrees, right? Things like masters and PhDs, right? My overall opinion, just to kind of come back around to the master's question that was asked earlier. We don't work in a career field like doctors or lawyers, medical fields, right? Things like that, where masters and PhDs make you some great thinker. That's going to help you be seen as an expert in this industry. It is my wholehearted belief that the only thing that can make you an expert or even remotely close to an expert in this field is an immeasurable amount of failure. I want everybody to take a moment to hear what I said there. The only thing that will make you an expert in cyber, or even remotely close to an expert in cyber, is a monumental amount of failure. Monumental amount of failure. When you learn to fail, you will be well on your way to being an expert. Fail fast, fail often, and fail up. I love it. Stance Valorant. Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. You lost a lot of weight. Congrats. Thank you. I have lost. I'm down. I'll actually tell you what the app says because I've been tracking it. Been tracking it for a while. Let's see what my total count is as of this morning. Weight tracking. Did I log today's weight? I did log today's weight. I'm down 24 pounds. Down 24 pounds. I love it. Can you imagine I had 24 pounds to lose? Again, listen, I don't want to be the one, but I'm going to say it. I work at a startup. Right? If anybody's ever worked at a startup, that's not an easy life. Right? I'm a CISO, but I do everything from security analyst all the way up to CISO work. I help the sales team. I help the marketing team. I help the product team. I also talk to the board of directors on a frequent basis. I do not have an easy life as a CISO at a startup. We stream here on Twitch multiple times a week. We're back to it. I train up to 7 times a week for golf in the gym multiple times a week. Also do social media content. I also coach folks like yourself on the side. Make time for my friends, and I still play some video games here and there. If I can do it, oh yeah, don't forget, I'm still technically battling cancer. Even though I'm on the down low, I'm still technically battling cancer. Stage 4. If I can do it, Why can't you? McGonigal, good to see you. You still on the road? Thanks for your support. I love this. I share like you guys remember when Neo fought Morpheus in the Matrix, and the little skinny dude Rat runs around the whole ship being like, Neo's fighting Morpheus. Neo's fighting Morpheus. To go tell everybody I'm back. Do it for me. I did take a break. Cancer forced me into rethinking my life, not gonna lie. Right? I took a break from streaming. We streamed here and there occasionally, mostly updates to cancer. It was really hard to stream while I was battling cancer. All right. We needed to focus on the things that were important to us. I appreciate everybody who stuck around, tuned in while we were battling cancer, with no stream schedule, very sporadic, a lot of failed starts. Huge shout out to everybody who stuck around for that, but we're back. Go around, tell everybody. We're back. Shady's back. Back again. I agree. So Free Spirit Dev, I love this. My degree was computer science. It allowed me flexibility along with certs going with the flow. The will to try positions and keep learning has been far worth it so far. Again, your mileage may vary. There are, listen, and I think this is what people get twisted about with content creation. This is why I'm very open about it. I'm giving you my opinion. This very much is an opinion of Free Spirit Dev. His life experiences have been different than mine. I'm here to share with you my life experiences. But we encourage people in chat. We encourage people in chat to share their life experiences. This is why we love for you to be open and honest in chat. You'll never get ridiculed for having a counter opinion to mine. That's not what we're about here on this channel. That's not what we're about here on this channel. I'm so glad. I'm happy for you. I'm absolutely happy for you that you've had a different life experience than me. I love it for you. I'd give you a hug, high five you. That's what makes this community awesome, is the sharing of those life experiences so that you can be the most informed you possibly can when making your life experiences. Chris said it best on Wednesday. I've hit a lot of branches in my career, going up and coming down. I want to try to point those branches out to you so that you can avoid them or at least see them coming and make your own decisions. That's how, like, if you're looking for a criteria, on who to take advice from and who to listen to, take advice from the people who just simply want to point at things and say, hey, you should probably be aware of this thing over here, but make your own decision. I'm not here to influence you one way or the other. I'm just here to point out things in the road as you go on your journey. Anybody who speaks I'll pull a Jedi quote out. Right? Only the Sith speak in absolutes. Right? There is no absolute way in this career field. There is no absolute way in this career field. Anytime you can use company money, this is why I'm a huge fan. Like when I talk about training, when I talk about SANS courses, like listen, I was a SANS instructor for 5 years. Right? I taught GCIH, I taught GXPN, I taught GPEN, right? I would never tell anybody to go out and pay out of their own pocket for one of my courses, ever in a million years. SANS hated me for it. right? But if your company will pay for it, if you can take money from a company that makes billions of dollars and their CEO gets paid tens and 20s and 30s and 70s of millions of dollars, take their money. Go do it. Take their money, go do it. Don't steal from them. That's not advocate for stealing. With AI blowing up, AI security expert roles are going to explode. People want to incorporate AI in business. Do we need masters in AI? I don't know that I'd go so far to say a master's in AI. Jack, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I know you said you had you came off of audio for, do I have this? Oh, I may have this in my saved files. Oh, do I have this in my saved files? I keep meaning to post this on Twitter. I'll find this. Go follow me on X right now. Go follow me on Bluesky. I won't post this one to, there it is. Awesome. I do have it. Haha, I do have it in my saved files. Awesome. Okay. So check this. I found a link for free AI training. Free AI training. And you're going to be blown away by who provides it, right? I got the link here. I will post it to X after this stream. I will post it to X after this stream. Free AI training. Right? Free AI training. I think everybody, hear my voice, now in the VOD, clip this, put it out on the internet for everybody to see. If you're in cyber today, I'm not going to say drop everything, but I would put a huge block of time on your schedule to go soak up as much free AI training that you could possibly find. And I'll post a link for this over on X after this stream. I found it. I didn't know that this was available. I'm going to start taking the training. You should too. I think that at a minimum, you can get started today with this type of training, and this would be massive for your career. So I say all that to say, it's one of the few times that I'll say, this is one of the times where, should you keep learning some of the traditional stuff? Yes, absolutely. But this AI stuff is moving so fast. So fast. Winter Jolt's like, post it. Fine. I'll post it here while we're on stream. Look at this. We can post it while we're on stream. It's gonna be a terrible post because it's gonna be like from my phone, and I hate typing on my phone, right? Well, we gotta make it fiery. We gotta make it fiery, right? So I got to do a fire emoji for everything. Free AI training. If you're in cyber, heard me on stream this morning. Ha. All right. It's going up on X right now. I'll have the team posted up over on Bluesky later. You have to go start taking this training right now. It's up on X right now. Just posted it. Free AI training for cyber people. Fantastic question. I love this one. Absolutely. Like this is where did it go? There it is. What if you're still learning the basics in cyber? I don't care. Go learn the basics in AI. Don't care. Right? Somebody grab the link and post it in Discord for those who are boycotting social media, whatever. It's not mutually exclusive. One of the things that, so this is what I refer to as getting in your own way. This is what I refer to as getting in your own way. Right? They're not mutually exclusive. There's not a linear path that says, well, I can't do this until I do this. Let me say, McGonigal doubles down on this. Absolutely what McGonigal said. It's, you need tools in your toolbox. Right? It's not a one or the other type of thing. Right? Please don't limit yourselves. Guys and girls, wherever you are, hear my voice. Please don't put your own insecurities, don't put your own misconceptions, don't put your own limitations in the way of your success. Again, take that, clip it, put it on repeat, and every single time you think about slowing yourself down, you think about not doing something because you're not good enough, you think about, I'm not going to do this until I do this. The next time you think that there's a linear path between point A and point Z, don't get in your own way. That's what's stopping most of you. I would bet unequivocally most of you are not successful because you get in your own way. Right? I'd like to hear what you were going to say about AI agents last week. I could see companies marketing and deploy AI defender agents you can interact with, but I don't know if that's what you meant. So, AI agents are different than AI when you think about things like DeepSeek, ChatGPT, things like that, right? When we talk about the evolution of cybersecurity, right? SOAR, SOAR, this is something, again, write it down, memorize it. Maybe if Jack can find a link, he can find a good link about it. SOAR, security orchestration, automation, and remediation, was a huge market about 10-ish or so years after the inception of SIEM, log management, centralization, things like that, because security analysts saw so many alerts. They were dealing with so many incidents. You may have heard things like alert fatigue happening, things like that, that they needed to bring in automation so that if phishing email came in, it would gather a whole bunch of stuff and then would automatically do something on the other side. Right? Automation failed miserably. Automation failed absolutely miserably. Right? It failed because you realized that you couldn't automate the human decision process. You couldn't automate the human decision process. When we talk about AI agents, I have a belief, this is Neal's opinion when looking at the cybersecurity landscape about AI agents. I think AI agents is an attempt to bring back and make useful security automation. Make no mistake, we have to get, you hear it all the time. Jason talks about this on the threat brief on Tuesdays, right? For those who don't know, we do a cyber threat brief every other Tuesday, right? Jason leads an MSP where he talks about responding to threats frequently. And one of the biggest things he talks about is the need to respond fast. Attackers are using automation. Attackers are using AI agents to facilitate their automation. What do we mean by attackers using automation? And I would encourage you to go watch the threat briefs on Tuesday. Come tune into the threat briefs on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Listen to Jason talk about what he's seeing actively on the wire. But imagine you get a phishing email. One of the biggest phishing attacks that enterprises see, right, is where I'll send a phishing email to a corporation. Now, what I want to do is I'm sending it to one person, but obviously I want it to go to multiple people. And so I'm immediately going to grab that person's distribution list, everybody that person can send an email to, and I'm going to take an email and immediately send it out to everybody on that person has access to from a distribution list perspective. So how do I do that? Well, think about it manually. Log into Office 365. I get access to an inbox. I craft a new email. I bring up the Outlook address book, and I find every distribution list that I'm a member of, and I click every single one of those distribution lists, and then I send that email out to that distribution list. That's how I would do it manually. Well, what attackers are doing is they're using automation so that process happens automatically. And so what that means is that as soon as one person gets compromised from a phishing email perspective, that process automatically happens. So that's an example of an offensive AI agent. God, why did Neal just explain that? Neal explained all that to show you that's an example where adversaries are using AI agents offensively. Right? We've been trying to use automation on the defensive side for years and have failed miserably. So I think that AI agents could be an attempt. I have no idea whether they're going to be successful or not. That's what you, as young, aspiring, innovative, forward-leaning security people, need to go figure out. You all need to lean out there and determine if AI agents could be used to make better defenses. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the learning process. We're going to have a huge education session right now on the learning process. This is how you get started in cyber, because this is how everybody else thinks or doesn't think. We know that this is how adversaries are using AI. So you take that, you reverse engineer that, you figure out how it works. What is AI? How does AI work? What is an AI agent? How do AI agent workflows work? What programming language does it use? How does the logic flow work? How does it use LLMs to dictate its logic flow? How does that work? And then you sit back and go, cool, if I was going to fight fire with fire, how would I do it? And then you go out and you do it. And guess what you've just done? You've just become a leader and an innovator in the industry. Did I tell you to go take a course? No. Did I tell you to go pay $7,800 for a boot camp? No. Did I tell you to go get an entry-level job to make it happen? No. Those are things that are said by people to separate you from your money. When in reality, what I just described is hands down the easiest way for you to make a name for yourself in this industry, and it requires you to spend $0 except for the time that it takes you to go out and be curious. That's what some of you are afraid of. I'm going to hurt some feelings. I'm going to hurt some feelings as we talk on this topic. Some of you are afraid, so afraid of yourselves that you need somebody else to tell you who to be. You need somebody else to tell you this is the path you have to walk if you want to be successful. When in reality, some of you are freaking brilliant and you just need to unlock it. I would argue every single one of you is absolutely brilliant and are just afraid to unlock it. You think that somebody else out there needs to tell you how to unlock it. And that's just not the case. Callie, this might be one of the few times I agree with you. Everybody should learn AI. I just put a link up on X. I think some of the mods are going to grab it, drop it into Discord. Go out there and learn this stuff. I don't think you guys really understand how much I believe in you. I want to hear about, listen, when I say that I believe in you, go be successful and tag me in it. And I will be in your camp. I will literally be right beside you, cheering and high-fiving you on. Callie, fantastic point. Callie's been with me for a while. Callie understands the assignment. People are ignoring AI as much as the blockchain tech. I know. Some of it, the soapbox is tall today, folks. The soapbox is tall today. SB over on YouTube says, can you provide tips on getting opportunities through networking connections? Absolutely. First and foremost, what I would say, I have a fantastic video on networking. You should go watch it. That's the first thing I would say. Do we have that one? I don't know where that one's at. Is that one? Nope, that's not it. Ignore that link. I mean, you don't ignore that link. You can go use that link, but that's not the 1,000 Connect video challenge. Is it the exclamation point LinkedIn? Is that the one? I can't remember. This one? Haha, there it is. That's the one. Go watch that one. I think that one came from. The 1,000 Connect video challenge is awesome, right? The 1,000 Connect video challenge talks about how to build connections, but also how to leverage them. Listen, one of the things that I see people failing on networking doing is cultivating the network. Well, what do I mean by cultivating the network? Obviously, I've got relationships with folks like Callie, Cyber Ties Hector, right? McGonigal, right? Winter Jolt, Fix It 42. Like, how does Neal remember these people? How does Neal know who these people are? How do Neal talk to these people? These are people, I don't know them in real life. I've never met them in real life. Well, a handful of people I've met in real life. But I've talked to them because they've talked to me, because they've built a connection, because they've shown an interest to want to be in my circle. What does that mean? Fixit42 gives us huge shout out and praise on her content. She has tuned in regularly. She interacts with chat. She gives advice. She participates. She has shown a fire and a desire to be awesome in this career field. She's reached out and she's asked for advice, and I've given it. Things like that. But she makes herself known, and she provides a two-way relationship where she interacts with me and I interact with her. And if you look at the people that I've mentioned, and the people that I say here in chat that I know, or that I talk to frequently, that's because that's how the relationship is. Jack, SecIT guy, one of the reasons he's the first mod was because he showed up in chat. He communicated with us in chat when we had 7 viewers, 10 viewers, right? Like, I spent a lot of my chat time in the early days of streaming talking to Jack, right? SecIT guy. That's what I mean by cultivating. If I were to pull up my LinkedIn and show you my LinkedIn, nobody on LinkedIn has a problem reaching out to me and saying like, hey, Neal, thanks for connecting. Or even, hey, Neal, I want you to be my mentor. Right? There are very few people who have a hard time cultivating that relationship. And that's what I think is lost when I see questions about tips for getting opportunities through networking connections. Do you realize, let me say this incredibly exclusively to you all right here and explicitly loud in the back. Most of you think that if you connect with people and then say, hey, Neal, you're in my network, can I have a job? That's how you get opportunities through networking. And that does not work. That's never been my preachings. That's never been the preachings of this channel. That's never been how networking works. That's not how networking works. I'll give you an example. So for those who don't know, I run a coaching business. I have a handful of coachees that I have. People who, and I'm not talking entry-level folks only. I've got an executive who I've helped place in a deputy CISO role. Some of you may know who I'm talking about. These are people who I help regularly. I have a circle of folks that I consider mentees, that I keep very, very close. And then I have folks on the outside of that ring of circle as well. I have circles of folks that I know. I had a CISO, November of last year, call me up and say, Neal, I need help hiring for a position. I know you've got a big network. I know you have tons of people in your portfolio that you know. These are the qualities of the person that I'm looking for. This is who I want to hire. My first call was to my network of folks that I knew I could trust in those relative circles that fit that description. That's how getting opportunities with networking works. Right? When Matt gives me an opportunity, right, to hire folks for Query, I'm going to reach into my network and look for people that I can hire. But you know how I'm going to pick those people? I'm not going to post on LinkedIn and say, hey, does anybody want a job at Query? I'm going to reach into the people who have built a connection with me and see if they want to come work with me. Sec IT guy, Beard Sec, right? Those guys came to I&E. Largely in part, I asked them if they'd be interested in coming and sharing this vision with me for content at I&E. I knew that I could trust them. I knew they had the skills that I wanted. Wanted them to come work with me. So I say all that to say, there is value in building your network. That's why if you watch the 1000 Connect Challenge video, the 1000 Connect Challenge video very much talks about find people that you want to work with, people you want to work for, people in jobs that you want to have. Right? Find those people, connect with them, and then build a relationship with them. What do I mean by build a relationship? Talk to them. Make content, share it with them. Ask them if you can help them for free. Right? Jens is amazing. Jens is absolutely amazing. Jens has been in the community for a year. Panzer Tank, if he's listening, I don't know if he's listening or not, right? He started out as a cop in the community years ago, doing Tracelab CTF, hanging out in voice chat, talking with me whenever I was there. You know what he did? When he saw me hanging out in voice chat, he said, "Hey, Neal, I got a couple questions if you don't mind." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." He'd ask the questions. I'd give him the free advice from just simply hanging out in voice chat and being part of the community. When I realized that I needed some help with social media, I knew Jens's mentality. I knew Jens's desire and hunger for knowledge. I knew he was reliable and loved this community. I knew all that, not because of anything else other than just watching his behavior in the community. And so I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, listen, I got an offer for you." He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." I said, "I tell you what, you do social media for me and you can have as much free advice from me that you can stuff into your brain. I'll mentor you, coach you, help you find jobs, whatever the case is, provide you letter of recommendations, anything that I can do. I will literally do all of that for you. You'll have my personal cell phone number where you can text me at any point in time. Welcome to the inner circle if you'll do social media for me." Do you think he said no? I don't say all that to say anything other than to say, like, when you make yourself known, when you make yourself valuable to your network, it's hard for people to say no to you. And I don't say that from my perspective. I can't say no to Jens. If Jens needed something, he's been immensely valuable. He's been one of the tightest folks that we've had in this community. If he needed something, I'd bend over backwards to give it to him. That's how you build your network. That's how you cultivate connections. And that in and of itself is how you get opportunities through networking. Period, full stop. I absolutely love this community. I love everything that we've been doing as part of Cyber Insecurity since 2020. Reminder for everybody who's tuning in, we're coming up to the bottom of the hour. My mistake is your advantage. Make sure you are in Discord. There is a giveaway running now until 8:45 tomorrow morning for 3 Try Hack Me vouchers. Make sure you hop into Discord. Make sure you register for that giveaway in that giveaway channel. We give it's all automated. Again, we talk about automation. It's all automated, so it will automatically close at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. If you're watching this VOD, get in Discord. You can find the Discord in the bio. You can find the Discord in lots of places. Like I think the Discord is almost everywhere, right? Get into Discord, get the training for free. What I can tell you is we're working to get more training. We're working with partners to get more training brought in here to give away. We're looking to bring the giveaways back, and we're looking to use all proceeds from any and all efforts from Cyber Insecurity to provide you with the best free training that we can provide you. With that being said, a reminder on schedules. Next week is a double stream week. We got Sec Data Ops on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have a CISO, a fellow peer of mine who works at a financial company. We're going to come talk about CISO spending. This is important whether you are a red teamer or a blue teamer. If you are in a security org, you need to understand how CISOs make spending decisions. You need to tune in Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Understand how CISOs make buying, purchasing decisions and manage that risk with attackers in the enterprise. You don't want to miss that. And then next week, obviously, we'll have Tea with a Hacker again. We'll be back here for your questions. There are lots of questions in queue. I'm going to try to smash through them super fast. But if I don't get your question answered, remember, you can always tune in here, ask the questions, get your questions answered, and get free knowledge. Free knowledge. That's right. The stream is free. The stream will always be free. Available on YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. We will be bringing back subscriber perks for those who choose to subscribe. Again, we don't push subscriptions, but I can unequivocally tell you that the super chat that we had earlier from Robert and YouTube, that money will go directly into buying more training. Any subscriber money that we make will go directly to buying more training. Any partners that we bring on stream, like BitLift, they come on stream because they agree to buy training. We do not sell advertising at all for any shilling purposes. That is my promise to you. That is my promise. You will not catch anybody shilling on this stream. Let's see if we can smash through a couple questions really fast. Sonic says, for a company that drives by work logs, and has the SOC as hourly, how would you go about pitching that flexibility? We're talking about the work-life balance. Listen, regardless of the operating model of the SOC, it's incumbent upon you to work with your leadership to make sure that you're getting what it is that you need, right? It's hard to say, like, I'm not advocating you go into your boss's office, you slam your fist down on the desk and you say, I must leave at 5 o'clock every day, right? Or I've got kids in daycare. Like, if you're working for somebody and you say, hey, listen, I know an incident's popping off, but I got to go get my kid out of daycare because the daycare closes at 5:30 and it's 5:15. And if I don't make it there, they're going to charge me $500 a day. And they may call CPS on me to get my kids. And your boss is like, sucks to be you. You should leave that job anyway. Right? You should leave that job anyway. Right? I don't know a single leader that if you said that to them, they would legitimately look at you and laugh. Right? And if they did, that's not a place you need to be in. And so I would just have a very frank, very honest conversation. Well, sometimes people, there's a little bit of, and I saw that this question came through, right? There's one from S2M Green and Twitch. I'll kind of answer both of them together, right? The question was, any tips for dealing with bad leadership other than finding a new job? Absolutely, right? If you can't find a new job, leadership is leadership, right? You have to accept, so again, if you can't find a new job for whatever reason, you don't want to go back out in the marketplace, you've got family that you got to take care of, you got bills that are due, completely understand all of that. So if you have accepted the risk that you have to work for bad leadership, Welcome to reality. Suck it up. There, I said it. If you cannot leave your job for whatever reason, and bad leadership is a very weird term, right? Because there's definitions of bad leadership and then there's really bad leadership, right? If your bad leadership is that you can't work from home, if your bad leadership is that they won't give you a 2-hour lunch break, if your bad leadership is that they won't give you a half day on Friday, that's not bad leadership. Come on, people, let's have a real conversation. That's not bad leadership. Do you know what bad leadership is? Bad leadership is degrading you in front of your peers. Truly degrading you in front of your peers. Bad leadership is undermining your successes in front of your peers. Bad leadership is the inability to manage effectively the priorities and the tasks of the team. That's bad leadership. Right? Bad leadership is the inability to provide you with top cover from the executive suite. That's bad leadership. But if your definition of bad leadership is, I can't work from home. I don't get half days on Friday every week. That's not bad leadership. Suck it up. I have zero tolerance for that. That's not bad leadership. So if we're talking true bad leadership, if we're talking toxic bad leadership, degrading you in front of your peers, down talking you in front of your peers and other and subordinates in leadership, if we're talking about failing to provide you with top cover from the executive team, you need to have an open, transparent conversation with your leadership. Right? You need to be open and vocal. Hey, this is unhealthy. We have people who are quitting because of this leadership. We have people who are ineffective because of this leadership. We have people that don't want to work for you because of this leadership. You need to take it to that leader's leader. As Cypher Enigma says, find allies in your business that you can influence. Learn to play politics internally. Right? If you are stuck in a place where leadership is truly fundamentally bad, you have to learn to play politics. Right? But it starts with you being able to communicate openly or daringly, even in some cases, with the folks who have that leadership position. I don't mean to be overly cynical about the personal issues. Thank you, Agent Ma, for agreeing with me. But that, I think that sometimes, right? Sometimes you all mistake your own entitledness for bad leadership. And there's two different things there. Again, you guys don't come here to be babied. You guys don't come here to be babied. You guys come here for real truths. When you see real bad leadership, you'll know it. And I've been like I'll tell you right now, one of the worst experiences I had with leadership. No, I won't say that. I'll save that story for another time. I'll save that one for another time. You all are awesome. I absolutely appreciate you all tuning in every week for Cyber Insecurity. Make sure you get into the giveaway. Last call for the giveaway, because obviously it ends tomorrow morning at 8:45. If you catch this on the VOD, make sure you get into Discord and get that. The winners will be selected automatically. When your name is selected as a winner, reach out to me in a DM, and I will immediately, upon getting your DM, I have the codes already for the voucher codes. I will immediately send you the voucher codes for that. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you hanging out with me, spending your time with me. It means the world to me. You all are valuable. You all are going to do awesome stuff in this career field, and I couldn't be more prouder of everything you've already accomplished and everything you're going to accomplish in the future. Is Fixit 42 still rating or still streaming? Let's see if Fixit's still streaming. She is. All right. Everybody on LinkedIn and YouTube, unfortunately, you can't participate in the raid, but if you're on those channels, you want to come over and support a fellow streamer, come on over to Twitch. Everybody on Twitch, hang out for a little while. Just for a second, let's go see Fixit. She's over in Sweden. She does awesome stuff as well. We want to go support small streamers. This is what we do. For those who are new to it, Twitch gives us the opportunity to take our entire audience and go over to another channel and support them with the same positivity and the same awesomeness that we stream with every day. I expect that out of you. That is my expectation, that you'll take the cyber insecurity mentality, you'll take our morals and our values, and you'll bring it to that streamer, and you will exude nothing but awesomeness and positivity. See, I'm even giving you the knife hand from the military. Those of my military folks understand this. You're going to get a little pop-up here on your screen for a second that's going to ask you to participate in the raid. I asked that everybody participate in that raid. You don't have to stay for an hour. You don't have to stay for 5 minutes. Just stay long enough to show Fixit 42 that she's got some support here. Whether you're on the red side or the blue side or still deciding, keep learning. LinkedIn and YouTube, we'll see y'all later. Twitch, go ahead and click on that button. Let's go. Let's get everybody in there. Let's get everybody in there. Let's get everybody ready to go. All right, we're ready to go. Y'all stay awesome, and I'll see you next week for Sex Data Ops.
Celebrating and taking their time, but I already know I'ma get it.